I'm standing on the edge of a cliff. Realize there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling.
Anime about magic can be some of the most fun kind of anime to watch. Magic opens up a big world of many story options that simply aren't available in the mundane world. Sure, you can have a great character arc and plotline in an office romance or a hard-boiled detective story. But are there dragons? Can the characters cast magic spells or transform into strange animals? In anime with magic powers, they could do all that, plus more. Hey guys, it's Animan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 best magic anime with strong male leads. Remember, you will not see some well-known magic anime like the Fate series, Seven Deadly Sins, Full Metal Alchemist, Black Clover, and many more in this list. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon and set us all to be notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Magical Warfare. Okay, I'll admit it, the story is a cliche. The plot sounds different, but you'll find all the elements for making a classical shonen in there. Magic War, a stupid MC with a big heart, a strong will, a desire to grow stronger for his friends, and, of course, girls. Girls with big boobs, and a big crush for this stupid MC. But in the big picture, the story is really interesting. Takashi is an ordinary high school boy who has a somewhat dark past. However, one day he comes across a girl named Mui Aiba, in a uniform he has never seen before, collapsed on the school campus. This encounter changes Takashi's destiny completely. Mui tells Takashi that she is a magician, and she apologizes, for she turned Takashi into a magician too. What Takashi once knew as one world is actually two. The world where magicians live and the world where humans live. Overall, Maho Senso was the complete definition of disaster. Starting the anime, I was completely hooked and found it very interesting, but the last half is what destroyed it. For an example, in this anime, it looks like there is a lot of mysteries, factions fighting for power, a love triangle, a new magic war is coming, the big bad boy is finally back with his badass magic of the doom, a strong rivalry between two brothers lead them to fight, and cliffhanger. Yep, that's exactly how this anime ended. With a fucking cliffhanger. Number 9. Chain Chronicle series. So, what is this story about? It begins rather unconventional in the middle of nowhere. It's like diving into the story by watching Season 2 of an anime without any means to get Season 1. If you want any information on the pre-story, you have to play the game, because this anime begins where the game ends. Might seem a little too hard to bond with the huge amount of characters, but it's possible to follow the story without knowing their background. The reason might be that the focus of the story lies more or less in the struggling and growing of two characters. On the one hand, we have our experienced hero, Yuri, who wasn't able to live up to the expectations everyone had for him. Having lost against the Dark King despite all of his efforts, left him hopeless. However, he regains his hope in form of our second main character, Arum, who decides to put his faith in him in order to defeat the Dark King for good. And so, the story unfolds where both have to prove whether the trials fate has set for them will break them or make them stronger. This anime is for someone who loves fantasy, and I mean bleeds fantasy. Now that said, it's definitely not perfect. Their story jumps around quite a bit. Basically, they are provided no backstory for any of them at all. Maybe this anime isn't the best out there, and it has many flaws like the substance of the story. But, whoever enjoys awesome battles and incredible soundtracks, and even those who don't, should give this a chance. Number 8. Brave 10. What really hooked me to this anime was the love story between the two main characters and their hidden powers. The MC of Brave 10 is an Iga ninja named Kirigakure Saizo, who meets an Izumo priestess named Izanami, and she's attacked by assassins and he saves her from them. Izanami is on a short journey to go see Sanada. Who is Sanada? Sanada is a powerful warlord in the Sengeku area. and Izanami is going to see him because her shrine was destroyed, and everyone was killed except herself. She was told by the head priest, before he was killed, to seek out Sanada for help. Meanwhile, Sanada has been gathering 10 warriors known as the Brave 10, who have the power to change history. As they gather one by one, Izanami's own mysterious power awakens. Because the anime was only 12 episodes long, the anime goes by pretty quickly, but I thoroughly enjoyed the story to Brave 10. I thought that it was quite unique and I never got bored while watching the episodes. I really recommend watching this series. I like the characters and the story of the series. The story mainly focuses on the main characters, but there are a fair number of secondary ones that are developed nicely. The pace is good, and the conflict seems realistic. Number 7. Tales of Zestiria series. The story is about a boy who lives in a magical world and he becomes the chosen one to defeat evil. Because, yeah, that's totally original. The world is your typical fantasy world. Dragons, people sometimes use magic. Almost everything in this world are woods and there are evil beings. It's just a story of good versus evil, and the evil Master Lord, Lord of Calamity, is going to eradicate the world, and a certain someone becomes the hero that everyone needs, and he will save the world from evil and darkness. There's also the 2 races that can't live side by side, and all that other crap. I basically just summarized the whole story for you. The story may not be that impressive. It wasn't shit either. But I was really impressed with the show's eye-gasmic visuals and animations. The action scenes were really smooth and very appealing to watch. Whoever the animation director is clearly knows when to place the shots to make the fighting scenes a lot more amazing than your usual regular anime fights. Number 6. Full-Time Magister. The aloof high schooler Mo Fan has found himself in a universe similar, yet distinctly different, from his own mundane one. It's a place where magic has replaced the essence of science. Here, the most capable students are taught to master the wonders of spellworking, to fend off large devastating beasts that lurk in the forests surrounding the city. Like his previous life, Mo Fan remains the son of a poor laborer and the older stepbrother to a crippled sister. Despite these disadvantages, he dreams of attending a magic school to become a magician, a highly respected and lucrative trade, in order to repay his father for his hard work. Mo Fan is accepted into a renowned magic institution. However, rumors spread about his poverty and lack of magical abilities, labeling him as the laughingstock of the school. Nonetheless, Mo Fan manages to harness not only the powerful fire element, but also the rare lightning element. Now armed with dual abilities, well, this show is a hidden gem cropping out from the Chinese market, and I can't urge strongly enough.
Number 5. Tokyo Ravens.
Hadara was born into a family of Onmyoji, known for their mastery of the cult. Unfortunately, he didn't inherit their magical abilities, so he was doomed to live a normal life. At least, that is, until a girl from his past changes his future. As I started watching this anime, I had a feeling that the main character, Harutora, was going to be one of those boring mains to watch in the long run, but as I kept following the story, it became more and more interesting to follow this boring main and his friends. Taking on enemy after enemy, trying to become powerful shamans, was only a fraction of what the story was really focusing on. I would recommend watching this series if you like action, magic, and a little bit of romance and comedy in the series. I wouldn't call it a great series by any means, but it certainly is better than the vast majority of garbage out there. Number 4. Tales of Vesperia, The First Strike. First of all, this is a movie, and it's a great one. It's also taken from a game. The story was simple, but very effective. The story takes place a few years prior to the game, and follows 2 of its main characters, Yuri and Flynn. During their early careers as Knights of the Empire, a new type of energy named air was discovered. When crystallized, this substance became the energy source for Blastia, an ancient civilization's technology that provided a wide array of essential abilities for humanity. Despite its manipulation, mankind still has little knowledge of what exactly is air. On a mission to eradicate a horde of monsters near the town of Shizonania, a group of knights came across a strange surge of air. Yuri Lowell and Flynn Skyfo are two new members fresh out of the academy of this Night Division. Both are childhood friends who went separate ways, but ended up meeting each other once again while enlisting to serve the Empire. Overall, this show is well put together, with some nicely detailed backgrounds and atmospheric settings thrown into the mix. Trust me, you will love it. Number 3. The Legend of the Legendary Heroes. Alpha Stigma are known to be eyes that can analyze all types of magic. However, they are more infamously known as cursed eyes that can only bring destruction and death to others. Reiner Lute, a talented mage and also an Alpha Stigma bearer, was once a student of the Roland Empire's Magician Academy, an elite school dedicated to training magicians for military purposes. However, after many of his classmates died in the war, he made an oath to make the nation a more orderly and peaceful place, with fellow survivor and best friend, Sion Astau. Now that Sion is the king of Roland, he orders Reiner to search for useful relics that will aid the nation. Together with Ferris Eris, a beautiful and highly skilled swordswoman, Reiner goes on a journey to search for relics of legendary heroes from the past, and also uncover the secrets behind the cursed eyes. The Legend of the Legendary Heroes remains an excellent fantasy anime series. The story is very well done, the characters are thoroughly interesting, and adopt shades of gray instead of black and white, and every episode is as enjoyable as the previous one. Number 2. Blast of Tempest. Hakaze, princess of the Kurusibe mage clan, has been betrayed and marooned on an island by her own people. They seek to revive the Tree of Exodus, an incomprehensibly powerful entity of alien origin, to save the world from the tyranny of its antithesis, the Tree of Genesis that powers their magic. Hakaze, however, believes their efforts put humanity in jeopardy, and with her power limited, she can only reach out to the world to beg for her aid. Her call reaches Mahiro Fuwa, a young man grieving the mysterious death of his sister, Aika. He and his friend Yoshino agree to help, on the condition that Hakaze tracks down Aika's killer with her magic. The deal is made, and the battle that will determine civilization's fate is begun. But who will play the part of its villain? And who's its savior? Not often do I come across a show that gets me completely hooked by the first episode. Usually it takes me a few to get into the characters and story. However, Blast of Tempest just so happens to be one of those shows that I could tell right from the start that I'd love it. And number 1, the Magi series. The king of all magic anime. I know this is a well-known magic anime, but I just can't ignore this one. Magi is really addictive due to the sheer size of the world in which the story takes place. There is an intense level of lore that Magi boasts, and it is great in tandem with the awesome individual storylines, which drive individual characters, as well as the obvious inspiration from stories from 1001 Nights, a collection of Middle Eastern folktales known best for their Aladdin story, and the voyages of Sinbad the Sailor, who coincidentally is a powerful leader and conqueror of several dungeons. The magic in Magi is dazzling and creates an awesome fight scenes and abilities which greatly reflect the personalities of their users. I really hope they make more. This anime series is truly something that I would recommend anyone to watch. The fan service is mainly based on comedy, so for those who don't really like fan service in anime, I really do recommend this anime. Great story, wonderful character designs, amazing fighting scenes, some hilarious moments. This anime has got everything in one.
鎖も綺麗になったね。
鎖っていうより踊り子の人たちの飾りに似てるな。
モルさん早く見せて。
Alright guys, that's it for today. If you have any magic anime that you think should be on this list, then be sure to let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.
I don't really care about your honesty. Voices in my head, I need the